So hello friends, welcome to my another lecture on discrete mathematical structure, and the topic that we are currently discussing is mathematical logic, and the point that we are going to discuss today is functionally complete set of connectives. So herein we are going to discuss about what are the different connectives which we can say that they are functionally complete. We will also discuss about the definition of functionally complete set, and we will discuss some of the example based on this. Before moving ahead, I would like to request you to share this video if you find it worth useful. I also request all the teachers who are watching my video to share this one to their students, and please subscribe my channel if you are seeing this for the first time. So let us move ahead and let us discuss about the contents of this particular functionally complete set of connectives. Before discussing about functionally complete set of connectives, we need to discuss about the formulas with distinct truth tables. So here in this case, what we want to exactly do is we want to find out for a given n number of variables how many formulas are possible and how many truth tables are possible. For example, with n is equal to 1, if I have only one variable in my formula, so let us say that is p. So in that case, I have 4 truth tables. So there are 4 truth tables possible. One is tf. So the value of t is considered to be true and false. And the second truth table could be false and true. The third truth table could be false, false. And the fourth truth table could be true, true. Okay, so for n is equal to 1, if I have only one variable, atomic variable in my formula, then my formula will have 4 different truth tables. So it's not formula, but there can be 4 different formulas, okay, and for which the truth table can be constructed, and these are the 4 truth tables exactly shown here. Then if I have two variables in my formula, in that case, so 2 variables means it becomes 4 rows in a truth table. So true, true, false, false, and true, false, true, false. So already we have constructed the videos for this particular, not the videos, already we have discussed about the problems, such type of problems with 2 variables. So now how many truth tables are possible and how many possible outcome of the truth table are there? So basically there are 16 truth tables. There can be 16 truth tables. So starting from all the outputs are trues, then all the outputs are false, and then all other possibilities. So true, 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 false, then true, true, false, true, then true, true, false, false, then true, false, true, true, then true, false, true, false, then true, false, false, true. So these are all the 16 possible truth tables possible for 2 variables. If it will be 3 variable in that case, so in that case there will be 8 rows. So as we already know, so for P, Q and R there will be 8 rows, and there will be 2 raised to 8. There will be 2 raised to 8 different truth tables possible. So that will be 2 raised to 2 raised to 3. 2 raised to 2 raised to 3. So 2 raised to 3 comes to be 8. And 2 raised to 8 comes to be 512. So there are 512 different truth tables. So generally, so for any formula involving 2 variables will have one of the 16 truth tables. If we have n variables in a formula, in that case it will be 2 raised to 2 raised to n possible truth tables possible. Now here 2 raised to, generally we calculate it in this way, 2 raised to 2 raised to n is equal to 2 raised to 2 into n. So it is not 2 raised to n now, it is 2 raised to, so number of possible rows are to be found out, and they will be 2 raised to n. Calculate this value and 2 raised to number of possible rows. So for that purpose I am writing it as 2 raised to 2 raised to n. This is not the 2 raised to 2 into n. So that is not correct. Okay. The next thing is that this particular fact suggests that there are many formulas which may look very different from one another, but they are equivalent. For one truth table, for this truth table, for example, I am going to show you for let us say this truth table number 5, there can be multiple formulas there can exist. So and it can happen for many of them. So moving ahead, one method to check the equivalence of 2 formulas is construct the truth table, and already we know that we have done this one for them, and verify But for larger number of variables, the truth table is infeasible, and better ways to transform these formulas in such a way that we can check their equivalences by using some formulation method. So let us move ahead, and let us now discuss about what is functionally complete set of connectives. So now here what do we have is, we have discussed about 5 connectives till now. So we have discussed about negation, we have discussed about conjunction, we have discussed about disjunction, we have discussed about conditional connector, and we have discussed about biconditional connector. So we have 5 connectors. We have 5 connectors that we have discussed. We are going to discuss some 3 more in the next subsequent video lectures, but right now we know these 5 connectors. Okay, now can you find some set of connectors so that any statement formula can be represented using these connectors? So any statement formula, let it be P double implies Q. Okay, P double implies Q is biconditional Q. So P biconditional Q can be represented as P implies Q and Q implies P. So if, let us say, if I am using the basic gates, okay, in that case, if this connector is not available with me, what I can do is I can construct this formula by using the implication connective. Even if this implication in the sense it is conditional. If conditional is not available with me, I will convert it again, not P or Q and not Q or P, something like this. Okay, so we can go on using different set of connectors. Now here I don't require biconditional connector, I don't require conditional connector, but still I can represent this biconditional connector. So the set of connectives where we can represent any formula using the connectors in a set are called as functionally complete set. So in this particular set, I want to identify how many connectors are required, so as I can represent any of the formula. So let us say if you want to represent P implies P biconditional Q, then without using this biconditional, then what we can do is P biconditional Q, this we have already studied. So P biconditional Q is P implies Q and Q implies P. Okay, so this is there in the first video. I'll put the details of this one, my first video, onto the description section. So then again, if this is not available with me, I can go with this. If this is not available with me, I can go with disjunction statement. This equivalent suggests that if in any formula we can replace the part containing biconditional by an equivalent formula not containing the biconditional. Thus, all the occurrences of biconditional can be replaced in this way. That is, if anywhere biconditional is there, you can replace it. For example, formula X biconditional Y. So every occurrence of formula X biconditional Y can be replaced as X conditional Y and Y conditional X. Moving ahead, so write an equivalent formula for let us say P and Q implies Q if and only if R, or R if and only if. So it is P and Q biconditional R and R biconditional P. So here, without using the term any biconditional. Okay, so here what we can see is we want to eliminate all these biconditional statements. I have no problem with the and or conjunction and disjunction. So what we will do is we will consider this equation as it is. Okay, and then as for the previous equation, A biconditional B is equal to A conditional B and B conditional A. A conditional B and B conditional A. We know this. So we'll continue with this one. We'll continue with this one. Then that is, this particular formula will be replaced by this one, that is P and Q implies R and R implies Q, or R implies Q and P implies R. So that is this part and this is this part. So now there is no biconditional statement. There is no biconditional statement. We can say that this is my answer. But further, if you want to eliminate, so this is the equivalent one. And further, if you want that conditional should not be there, in that case this conditional statement can be replaced by this particular equivalent formula, that is not Q or P. So further elimination can be done. So write the equivalent formula for this one, which does not contain biconditional as well as the conditional statement. So here first of all I have to eliminate the biconditional. So the first step is P and Q implies R and R implies Q. Now this Q implies R can be replaced as not Q or R, and this can be replaced as not R or Q. So this is the required statement. This is the required statement which neither contains biconditional and which nor contains conditional statement. So thus the required formula is P and not Q or R and not R or Q. Moving ahead further, if you want to represent this formula in terms of only, let us say, conjunctions. Now if you want to replace these formulas only in terms of conjunction, in that case you, or only in terms of disjunction, in that case you can make use of De Morgan's laws. So how? So let us say you want to represent all in terms of conjunction only. So the given formula is now P and not Q, or R and not R or Q. So what you can do is, this will keep as it is, P and now here I want a conjunction. So in that case I will apply double not, then not Q or R, and here I will apply double not R or Q. What I will do is, now I will take only single not inside. So P and not of not Q is Q, or becomes and R becomes not R, and not part I will take inside. Now one not will remain outside. So not of not R will be R and not Q. So here you can see all the connectors are either not or and, not or and, not or and. Similarly, if you want that if you want to represent it in terms of or only, so in that case you can take the complete not of this and you can replace this one. So that is also possible. Moving ahead, so notice that De Morgan's theorem, we have P and Q is equivalent to not P, not of not P or not Q, and P or Q is equal to not of not P and not Q. So in that way we can take the equivalent formulas. So this first equivalence means that it is possible to obtain a formula which is equivalent to given formula in which conjunction are eliminated, and the second formula says that in which disjunction are eliminated. So you can eliminate all conjunctions to disjunctions, or you can, if you want, you can eliminate all the disjunctions to conjunctions. So let us move ahead. Let us discuss this one in more proper way. So here functionally complete set. Now as per the discussion in the previous slide, any formula can be represented in terms of only conjunctions and the negations. So any formula can be represented in this particular way. Another thing is that so here another thing is that only conjunction and negation or any formula can be represented in terms of any disjunctions or negation. That means the set not and conjunction or negation and disjunction are functionally complete set. So these two are the functionally complete sets. Okay. Further, just a not, just a and, just a or, these are not functionally complete set, because by using only these formulas I cannot create any formula. Okay. And or, just having and or are also not functionally complete. So from five connectives, that is not, and or, conditional and biconditional, we have obtained at least two sets, and these are the two sets. This is set number 1 and this is set number 2. Are these only two sets or more can be formed? Okay, so there are another two sets. One is called as NAND connector and another is NOR connector. Okay, that we will discuss separately in separate lecture, and we will touch to these two. These two are called as universal connectors. So moving ahead, write a formula which are equivalent to following formulas given below, and which contains only and not operations. So let us try to solve this. So the first one is not of P biconditional, Q implies R or P. So here what I want is every symbol should be in terms of conjunction and negation only. So let us solve the first one. So here P double implies not of, so not is outside, so this is common towards whole complete formula. So P double implies Q, and Q implies, inside the bracket, Q implies R or P. So now here whatever this is, the internal implication is there, that is converted to not P or R or P. Okay, then further P implies, so this external biconditional is now eliminated. Now P implies the second part and second part implies the P. Moving ahead, eliminating the implies or converting the implied to or will create not P or the second part, that is not Q or R or P, and not of, now this not of this as it is, not Q or R or P or P. Okay, and this formula now becomes, now still this is outside common. Okay, so not P or not of Q or R or P, and this is as it is. So and I want and in my symbol, so I am not going to touch, I am not going to do anything with this, and this is not taken inside, so it becomes not of not Q is Q and or is replaced by and not of R or P. This can also be eliminated, this can also be extended, because this will convert this disjunction to conjunction. Okay, and that I am doing in the next step. So now, and along with that, along with this, I am taking a new double knot. So this knot as it is and this P as it is, and double negation symbol, double negation symbol to eliminate this or to convert this or to conjunction. Okay, so knot of knot is not going to make any change. So knot of knot, out of that one knot I have taken inside, one knot I have taken inside, and knot of knot P becomes P, disjunction becomes conjunction, and this complete knot is applied to this whole formula. Similarly, in order to convert this, I am taking double knot at this side, and next step, in my next step I will take this inside, so knot of this complete formula and not P. Okay, now here it is a and, 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 there is one or here and, so I have to eliminate this or, and this negation is outside, so I will take that negation inside, and what will happen is, this is the formula which consists of only not and. So this is the required answer. Moving ahead, let us consider the second example. P and Q or R implies P or R. So P or Q and R implies P or R. So and is already here, so we are not going to touch this. So in the next step I will convert this implication in not P or Q or R. So not is applied to this complete first half. Okay, and this second half as it is. So this will be equal to, next time it will be equal to, so not, we will try to take this knot inside. So let us see what happens if I take this knot inside. So when we take okay, what we have done is we have taken double knot, okay, in order to convert this one first. So that what happens is, the first knot goes inside here, so knot of knot will become positive, and this symbol which is disjunction will become conjunction, and knot is applied to this one. Then when knot is applied to this, at that time this will become and. Okay, and to this formula, to this only to internal formula, not of P or Q. So that will become not, this knot as it is, this knot as it is, and this knot is taken inside, so it becomes not P and not Q and R. So now here you can observe that all the formulas are using the connectors either not or and. So this is the required form. This is the required form. Next is, for each column in the table, construct given below, write a formula involving two variables P and Q. So this is the formulas with multiple variables that we have already discussed. So true. So these are 16 formulas that we have already discussed in the first part of this lecture. Okay, so the first one is all truths. First one is all truths. So what I am doing here is P and Q. So P is true, Q is true, so this will be true, or true or anything will be true. So all the outputs are true here. For true it is true. For true false, this will be false, but this will be true. So P is true and Q is false, so not Q will be true. True, this part will be true, all values will be false, but true or with anything. So this is the formula for the first truth table, first column. Okay, column number 1, so whichever is labeled with 1. The second one is there are 3, this one. So this is P and Q, this is P and not Q, P and Q, P and not Q. Whenever Q is false, at that time I am taking it as not Q and P, that is there. So this is the second formula. You can consider the truth table for this, and you will get this output. Third one is P and Q or, so third one is, so we have a false here, so P and Q or P and not Q or not P and not Q, that is here. Fourth one is TTFF. So TTFF is P and Q or P and not Q. So that is here. Fifth one is somewhat interesting for me. So it has two possibilities. One is P and Q or P not P and Q, or not P and not Q, or P implies Q. You can see here P implies Q. Whenever TF is there, at that time output is F, otherwise it is true. So you can write it in any way. Sixth number is TF. So TF is you can say it is not of Q. 6 is equal to Q. You can say directly it is Q. So you see here Q is TF, 6 is also TF, or otherwise you can write it in this way. Seventh number is P and Q. So 7 is TF. So it is P and Q, or P and not Q, or it is also P by conditional Q. 12 number, if you see 12 number FF. So it is not of P implies Q. So P implies Q is here. P implies Q is somewhere here. 5 number is P implies Q. You can see here TFTT, and it is FTFF. Similarly, 10 number FTFF is not of P double implies Q. So it is not of 7. You can see here. Okay, 7 and this one you can consider. So TFFT, and this is FTTF. So in this way we can go on constructing the truth table for all the formulas. I have left some of them. You can calculate them as per your requirement. I have calculated here another one, that is the 16th one, and here I have used a different formula. So it is conjunction of disjunctions. So either this will be false, so P or Q. So P is true, Q is true. So P or Q will be true, but P or not Q will also be true. Not P or Q will be true, and this is false. So false and anything will be false. So always the output will be false here. So with this particular video lecture, we are at the end of this particular video lecture, and I hope you have understood and you have enjoyed this particular lecture. If you have enjoyed this particular lecture, then please share this video to your friends, and I am very much thankful to you all for visiting my channel and viewing my lecture series. Thank you.